So Rematch is a fast-paced soccer game where you play in a tight arena. There's no out of bounds, no stoppages, and no fouls, just pure action. You play in either 4v4 or 5v5 matches, and every player is human-controlled. The ranked mode is 5v5 by default, but 4v4 can feel a bit more open and relaxed if you're just learning the ropes. You'll quickly notice that Rematch leans toward arcade-style gameplay, but don't let that fool you. It's not wild with power-ups or unrealistic physics. You jump high, do flashy flicks, but you're still playing real football. You'll need actual tactics to win. Passes, positioning, and teamwork matter a lot more than button mashing. What really stands out is how involved you feel. Unlike pro clubs in EAFC, where you might spend half the game waiting for the ball, in Rematch, you're always active. Everyone has equal stats, so it's about skill, not grinding your player up. Passing feels amazing. The ball is fully independent. It doesn't suction to players. You have real control over how you pass, into space, to feet, chipped, and it rewards smart movement. It feels like you're really setting up plays, not just relying on lucky deflections or auto assists. And dribbling? It has its own charm. There's this one mechanic where you press the A button on an Xbox controller to push the ball away from you. Then you can loop around the defender and try to collect it again. It's clean, satisfying, and something you rarely get to pull off in EAFC. You don't need fancy stick skills to be good here. Sure, the rainbow flick might be a little too strong right now. That probably needs to be nerfed. But for the most part, Rematch is about reading your opponent. It plays more like a fighting game, where every move has a counter if you guess right. Stamina plays a big role too. You can't just sprint forever or span tackles. You have to manage your energy or you'll get caught out of position fast. And because the tackling system is strong, staying in the right spot on defense really matters. Shooting is probably the trickiest part of the game. You use the right stick to aim before you take the shot, so you're basically trusting the ball to get to your feet while already looking where you want to shoot. It's a little awkward at first, especially because you lose control of the camera for a second, but once you get the hang of it, it adds a layer of tension that makes goals feel earned. You can curve your shots mid-air using the left stick, but the real challenge is lining things up in the first place. Volleys in particular can be tough. You need to turn your camera away from the ball before it reaches you, so you're shooting kind of blind, and that's going to be frustrating for some players. Now, one of the more unique things about Rematch is the restricted POV. You don't have a wide field of view like in other soccer games. That forces you to rely heavily on the mini-map to see what's behind you. Some people might hate that, but it actually adds to the chaos and energy of the game. You're always on edge, watching your back, making quicker decisions. It's more intense. But yeah, if you're someone who likes to see the whole field, this might feel limiting. Unfortunately, things start to fall apart when you're in goal. The camera here becomes more of a problem than a challenge. You can't track the ball very well when it bounces off the back wall or it goes over your head. There's a huge delay in your reactions because you just can't see what's coming. And even if you read the play perfectly, you often don't have the right tools to react. Want to make a small jump to punch the ball? Can't. Want to just reach up and grab it? Good luck. The movements are too big, too clunky, and don't always match what you're trying to do. There's also no simple way to do a small animation to intercept a lob or corner. You either go full dive or nothing, which feels bad, especially when you're in the right spot. The control scheme is flexible. You can remap it to match FIFA/EAFC, which is helpful. But Rematch introduces some ideas that honestly feel better. Like the push mechanic with A, super clean, or passing without it being auto-assisted. You just feel more in control overall, even if it takes time to learn. The fact that so many of these things make you ask, why doesn't EAFC do this, is probably the best compliment this game can get. Still, there are a few things that could make Rematch even better. The creativity is already there, but giving players more tools would make the one-on-one game more exciting. Fake shot mechanic. Not for cheesing like an EAFC, but to cancel out of a bad shooting angle. Right now, it's a bit too easy to spam without punishment. Maybe tie it to stamina like the rainbow flick. Give more control, maybe small dives, punch buttons, or better auto animations when you're close to the ball. Locking into the server region you want is a must, especially for competitive play. Rematch isn't just another arcade soccer game. It's doing things better than many serious sports games, especially in terms of passing, positioning, and the way the ball behaves. The skill ceiling feels high, and the teamwork element is strong. But it's not without its flaws. The goalkeeping system needs work. The shooting will be a love it or hate it situation, and the camera can be frustrating. Plus, certain overpowered moves and balance issues might turn off some players if not fixed quickly. If you enjoy creative passing, team play, and fast-paced action where you're always involved, this game has a lot to offer. But if you're expecting polish, deep tactics, or a traditional view of soccer, you might feel a little lost. So, is Rematch worth playing based on the demo? If you're looking for a new kind of soccer game with fresh mechanics and a more active playstyle, then yes, it's definitely worth trying. Just go in knowing there are still rough edges to smooth out, especially in net. Be ready for fast games, creative freedom, and a gameplay style that might just make you rethink what soccer games should feel like. Let us know your thoughts in the comments. Thanks for watching.